Hey everyone, it's Jess, and we are here to spend a day indoors talking about Survivor 49, episodes 7 and 8. Get ready, y'all. Drop your buffs, because it's the merge. No more tribe swaps. Well, I guess technically, they're swapping. You know what I mean. It's the merge. And we got some things to talk about. Some, it's good news, though. No mergatory. Miracle. Literally a miracle. Jeff was like, you know what, this time, fine. You're merged. You don't have to earn it. Take your buffs, I guess. He really wanted. Do you think he really wanted that mergatory? With the medevac, they were like, just give it to him. And he's like, fuck, fine. You earned it. Ugh. So, let's get into it. Now, we're starting off, obviously, episode 7. Shannon just got voted out. And Steven, Joanne, and Sage are like, well, we gotta figure out what the fuck to do. Because, listen, they're like, we gotta get our shit together. Because these Ulis are not gonna be happy when they get back. When they see us next time, and Steven's here, they're like, we're cooked. We're in trouble. They make an alliance, bottoms up. I'm like, okay, cute. Whatever. Sure. Surprise, surprise. Next day, it's the merge. They're like, oh, literally, I've never seen people so unexcited for a merge. Them three are like, oh, and they're coming here. They're like, great, awesome. Are you sure about that? Can we, not? Everybody else on their own beaches cheering, throwing their buffs, so happy. These three are literally like, can we just leave? Can we go hide? Literally, they hide. All the two other groups show up or like hugging on the beach, and they're like at their camp like, do you think they know we know they're here? Do we have to go say hi to them? They're literally like, how long do you think we can stay back here before they they literally were like, I don't, could we skip this? They literally, I think they generally would have sat there if the other tribes weren't like, where are they? Because, it's the merge. These people are like, yay, yippee, welcome to our beach. Mind you, they went to Kella Beach, which is, like, the worst camp of the three. They're like, you know what, just go to the shit one. You're all going there. Fuck it. Go. Very funny. So, eventually, Sage, Dewan, and Steven are like, I guess we gotta go. They walk out there, literally, it's like, hey, how y'all doing? I think, was it Sage and Dewan at first, and Steven's kind of like behind them like, hey. And Savannah and the ears are like, who's that? They're like, what? They're like, I'm sorry, why is he here? And they have to be like, yeah, we'll talk about it. Because they've made their cover story. Now, I think they kind of want, well, not complex, but they could have just told the straight truth, obviously. I'm like blabbing like, y'all don't know. Shannon wanted Jawan out. They could have said, listen, she wanted him out, we didn't. We voted her out. Especially because Sage and Jawan were both on the bottom of Uli anyways, and I think they pretty much knew that the other four were kind of a lock. And Steven is Steven. Steven's like, I wouldn't be getting voted out. Cool. He could have ran with that. But they're like, no. They're like, guys, Shannon went crazy. They're like, Shannon was so paranoid. She was running around. She was looking for idols blatantly. She was saying, we need to get Joanne out. I don't know. They're like, this whole thing. I'm like, there's no way. The fact that they believe it. They're like, makes sense. Shannon went crazy. I'm like, what? I absolutely did not think for a second they were going to buy. Especially it's like Savannah, who's pretty sharp. No, well, I mean, all three of them. And I was like, that's crazy. But I guess it makes sense, it's Shannon. With her, who knows? They probably couldn't have sold if it was like, Savannah or something. But Shannon, They're like, well, guess she let survivor paranoia get the best of her. What a shame. I'm like, okay. Genuinely, could not believe that happened. Could not believe that actually worked. I really didn't think it was gonna. So they got me there. Good for Sage, Jawan, and Steven. Because I'm like, they're done. They're screwed. And it's even better for Sage and Jawan because the other Uli's like, well, now that we're merged and Shannon's gone, I guess we do need Sage and Jawan. I mean, we have Sophie B, but we need the majority, so I guess we do need Sage and Jawan, even though they would have been the first boots if Uli had ever gone the tribal pre-merge. But now they need them. The merge. Wow. But of course, it's the merge. Nothing can't be simple. Here comes the boat. It's an advantage competition. You win it, you get an advantage at first individual immunity challenge. You get an advantage. We've seen this before. Not that, it's Survivor. It's the merge. We've done this long dance before. So they've got to go hunt around looking for keys. One key opens the chest, and if you open it, you get the advantage. Sure. This wasn't the most interesting. It's they just people running around the jungle getting keys, and I'm like, okay, cool, all right. But Sage ends up getting it. Good for her. Good for Sage. There's nothing that much to say because they're literally just running around getting keys, and like, what do you say? I'm like, they ran really fast and they found so many keys. And I don't know. So Sage gets it. Sage gonna get an advantage. Now, before immunity, they did kill another chicken. I can't. At least they used a machete this time. They didn't just fucking ring it. They actually got it with a machete. I mean, I don't listen. I can't do chicken murder. No offense. So, which is why I'm not on Survivor. There are a couple conversations, mostly on the Uli side of things. They do convene all 5 Ulis plus Sophie, who I guess is honorary Uli. They're most likely leaning towards getting out of Sophie, according to, Rizzo, Savannah, Nate. That's kind of where they're going. But Sage and Juan are like, well, little do they know. We're after them. We're going to say we'll get Sophie out, but we're coming for them. They're really cooking here. They're like, they'll never see it coming. And honestly, I don't think they do, because clearly they have underestimated those two a lot. As you can see by the screen in front of you of how the vote went, they really were like, they're having a good old time singing Kumbaya. Like, no, they're cooking. Things are happening. We also get a conversation between the 2 surviving Kellas, though they're also, they're there, but they're also starting to be like, because Alex has spent more time with the Hyenas, Sophie obviously with the Ulis, and they are like, they're like, you're gonna want to go with that side, I want to go with this side. We gotta work on that. Yeah, they could probably play I think Alex could maybe play the middle a little more. I think it's a little obvious that Sophie B is pretty tight with the Ulis. I don't think she could bite off, like, guys, no. Well, she does try. That's a later conversation, though. Let's just, yeah. I don't know. The 2 Kellas, I don't know. They're so interesting because they're like together, but they're kind of not, because they want to work with opposite sides. But Sophie, I think, is a little more fluid than Alex, because I don't know if Alex would side with the Ulis over the Hyenas, but Sophie B has already made it clear. She's like, listen, if I've got to cut Rizzo, Savannah, and Nate to move on this game, I'll do it. Plus, she has the knowledge of power that none of them know about. She kept that secret to herself as well. So I think she could be a little more fluid than Alex, but we'll see. It's only been 5 minutes of the merge. We got some more time to cook on that. Now, immunity challenge. We've seen this before. Thankfully, like I said before, no murgatory. I literally wrote it in all caps, highlighted it, no murgatory. I was like, wow, a miracle. They have black buffs. I believe they don't show it in this episode. They show it in episode 8. Their new tribe name is Lawatu. I may be saying it wrong. It's like Lewatu. New tribe. They got really cool black buffs. I think they're sick. Now, you remember I said the words, the merge. So what are we going to do? First challenge of the merge, we're splitting into 2 groups. I saw the course. I was like, oh my, here we go. Jeff Probst, he said, individual immunity. We'll, like, do that. But what if we, like, put into, like, group things? Okay, Jeff, you know what? Whatever. For sure. We're merged for 5 minutes. Now we're running groups again. And guys, who would have guessed? I definitely did not guess this the moment I saw the course. Who would have thought Sage's advantage? She gets to skip the first part of this competition and move on to part 2. They have definitely never done this before, and definitely not 900 times in the new era. I was like, wow. This is brand new information. Well, yeah. Part 1. We've seen it. It's the boulder challenge. You know, roll 2 teams, roll the boulder through the course, climb up on it, get to the platform, do a puzzle. That's part 1. Whichever group wins part 1 then moves on to part 2, which is an individual competition to get immunity. Cool. Obviously, Sage gets to skip right to part 2, so it's 2 groups of 10. I'll read the groups real quick, because I don't remember off the top of my head. Yellow and blue. Well, yellow group is Nate, Steven, Sophie, Rizzo, the other Sophie. And they did a schoolyard pick, didn't show it to us. Cool. Thanks. Asshole. 90-minute episodes, by the way. Thank God, you know. We get to hear the chicken die, but, you know, we didn't get to see a schoolyard pick. But Yellow Sophie is the captain. Sophie S. is the captain of the yellow team. Blue group, with Christina as the captain for the schoolyard pick. Jawan, Alex, Christina, MC, and Savannah. Now, Jeff does something peculiar. He tells them all, as you guys know, Survivor 50 coming around the corner. Now, what if I told you there's some slots open on 50? Just say. You want to start making some moves, be impressive? Just saying, there's some spots. There might be a spot. We don't know. Why did he tell them this? Why did he tell them this? Nothing drives me more nuts. This may be more of a Big Brother thing than a Survivor thing. I know. She's bringing up Big Brother again on the Survivor. I know. Okay. Nothing drives me more nuts when watching, like, Big Brother. When people are like, I would love to do All-Stars. Then I was like, oh my God, I would love to come back for All-Star season. I would love to come back for this season. Da-da-da. And I'm like, can you do something this season, bitch? What have you done? Especially when they're doing nothing. When they're sitting around, no strategic anything, no game sense, on their... I'm like, you should be worried about doing something in the game you're currently in. I mean, like, what can I do on... I want to go on All-Stars. They don't just... Well, sometimes they just be letting anybody on All-Stars. As we know from some of the seasons. They just be letting anybody on sometimes. But listen. Nothing pisses me off more when people start preoccupied with, I'm going to come back for this season. I'm going to be a returnee. I'm going to be on All-Stars. And I'm like, you need to play the game you're in. You can't play for next season. You got to play for right now. Especially because Survivor 50 was filmed, you know, they filmed if you don't know, Survivor is filmed back to back, usually 2 seasons at a time. 49 was first, and it was like 2 weeks, and it was Survivor 50. You can't be playing for the game in a month. You gotta be playing for right now. Because you're already gonna be at a disadvantage if you make it. We know 2 people from the season. I won't say who. Spoilers, I guess. I won't say it. 2 people made it on to 50. They're already gonna be disadvantaged. Because they don't know anybody on 50. Everybody's gonna, well, no, actually they won't. Everybody else is gonna know each other. They're gonna be like, who the fuck are you? You're gonna have to be like, who's this freak? Who are you people? Never seen you before in my life. So you're already at odds. Well, this cast is a lot of new era, so listen. I'm rambling. TLDR. Why did he I don't like that he mentioned it, because then they're gonna be like, no, I have to do something for, well, I guess it's better than doing nothing. I can't complain about that. If it motivates them, fine. I am gonna complain. I guess it got them in gear, because the past 2, 7 and 8 were actually pretty good. It was kind of a slog the first 6. I mean, Jeff did say, once you hit merge was pretty good. And you know what? I hate to say Jeff Probst, you're right. He's eating a little bit here, alright? But, I don't know. I just don't like when people start playing for, like, just to be like, I want to be in the next season. I want to be, like, when people are like, I want to be a legend. And I'm like, you can't just be like, I want to be, like, you just gotta do it. You just gotta be real and be you and be a legend. And then legends happen. You can't make yourself be one. You can't be like, I'm going to make myself an all-star on purpose. Like, it just, you gotta be good. You gotta be smart. You gotta be something. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm sorry. I went on a tangent. it's just something that irks me personally. Like, just try to fucking make it through try to win. Don't try to win the game you're on instead of worrying about what you could do in the future. Worry about that after. Once you have the check written in your name, then you can be like, what should I do next? Finish what we've started, okay? Please. Please. Now. It's the boulder challenge. I don't need to explain it to you. They roll a boulder. The puzzle... For this challenge, they always do, like, the word puzzle. It's like, unscramble the word while you put the puzzle together. This is how you do it on Survivor. Like, girl. Be real. I know it's always a Survivor phrase, but he literally says it like 85 times during the competition, and then they're like, guys, that's how you do it on Survivor. And I'm like, this is not a secret. He said it 5 minutes ago. Just listen, look at the pieces. And I will say, part 1 came very close. Like, the yellow group, like, just beat out the blue group, and that's just because, like, who was it on the puzzle? It was Christina... I have to look at the names. One moment, because I don't know who I want to see it. Joanne. Christina and Joanne, like swapped a piece. Like, it was a piece, you know, it was like, it's like a honeycomb shape. It's like that. And there's one that's like, and they swapped it. And so it was like, the off edge one was like lifted up. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm sitting on my couch at home, and I could clearly see that. That don't go there when the top is perfectly flat and you have it in a triangle shape like this. So they just literally by like that piece lose. So we move on to part 2, the individual immunity. Oh, they also are competing for the merge feast. It's like cheese and crackers and shit. Whatever. Yellow group has earned the merge feast. So has Sage because she found the keys. So yellow group. I'm gonna read them again because I forgot. It's, once again, both Sophies. Nate, Steven, and Rizzo. Plus Sage. We've seen this immunity challenge before as well. It's the 3, it's the balance beam, ball, stick. I'm looking around like I have a stick. You gotta stand, balance beam. Widest one. Stand there, holding the ball. Where's my pen? Okay. This is like so terrible. Holding it, has a flat disc. Boop, hold the ball. Don't drop it. Obviously, it's on a platform that the ball rolls. It's not a ball of yarn. Or a pencil. Pen. I said pencil. Anyways. when you know the competition. Every few minutes, you gotta move down to the skinnier platform, hold the ball, I keep saying hold the ball, hold the pole a little bit lower, so the ball, you'd have less control over the ball. Then you go down to the little skinny one, holding the pole all the way at the bottom. You drop the ball, you fall, you're out. Last person standing gets immunity. They do pretty well. I think they all make it to the second beam, and then they start dropping. I wrote the order. I probably should have put like a marker in here for immunity. Maybe next time. But we got Rizzo's out first. Then Sage. They both dropped. No. I lied. Rizzo was out round 1. I forgot I wrote the rounds next to them. And then Sage, Nate, and Sophie B are all out in round 2. Round 3 ends as a showdown between... Steven versus Sophie S, who has barely been in the show, let me tell you. But they're like, we've been holding on to her for the merge. They're like, you didn't just see her before, and you get to see her now, because she wins the first immunity. I was like, oh wow, she's on the up and up. They're like barely in the episodes, to only in the episodes talking about food, to now you've won individual immunity. I was like, oh, look at that. Good for her. It's alright. So, they get to go have their merge feast of, like, crackers and shit. They don't really show what the merge... They don't, like, usually for War Challenges, they'll tell you, like, it's Italian dinner, it's pasta, and tiramisu, and you get garlic bread, and which, by the way, I feel like I wouldn't even want that. Because people say you just get so sick, like, instantly. I'm like, girl, I'd be like, oh, no thanks. Can I get a cracker or something? Like, I'd rather take that platter of fruit. The fruit they had before, at least it's fruit. Can you imagine not eating for, like, 2 weeks and they're like, just heavy ass, like, fucking thing of food? Like, here's a steak. The Applebee's, they gotta get, like, sick. If you give me a cheeseburger this big after 2 weeks of no food, I'd be like, I can't even finish this. I get nauseous eating burgers right now, and I eat food every day. 2 weeks, I think I take one bite and I'm like, I'm gonna vomit. Get this away from me. But then again, maybe I would just gobble that shit down and blow it up later. It's alright. Now, they gotta figure out what's going on with Tribal. Because now they're all together. And the Ulis are like, we got an issue. Because we were gonna get Sophie. But Sophie won immunity. Which always happens. Every time somebody's like, we gotta get that person. Guess who wins immunity? Shocker. It's crazy how that works. So. The Ulis think they have the power. Well, 3 of the Ulis think they have the power. They're wrong. But, actually, I'm wrong. Before we even get all the groups back together, while the merge feast is happening, MC. Did I forget I forgot to put the little icon by her picture. Oh, I know why I didn't. Never mind. Ignore me. So, MC still has February advantage. MC's like, listen, I gotta get rid of this I gotta get my idol, because I still don't have a vote, and we're going into the full tribal, and this is gonna be a problem. So she goes looking. She has her clue. She goes to the boat. The bow of the boat is where hers is buried. She digs out the treasure chest. She has to go find the keys in the forest to open it. She's walking around. Who's coming? Who's that? It's Savannah. And Savannah is like, what are you doing? What's going on? Savannah don't leave. Savannah's like, so what's happening? So what are we doing? Tell me what's going on. Savannah will be like, and what's going on? Like, she don't play. MC just tells her, she's like, I'm looking for keys. Doesn't tell her why, but I think Savannah can. I mean, she probably can because she knows Rizzo has the more advantage where he had to find the keys to get his idol. No. So, they're talking. I don't even remember what they're probably talking about the vote. I don't even fucking remember. They're walking, talking. They're both standing there, walking around. They're like this. They're both of them like on the floor, full like an old like cartoon prison, big ass key ring with like 100 keys on it, on the floor of the jungle with of course, a big ass chain. The way Savannah's crazy. MC goes for it. Savannah, let me tell you something. Full body, doesn't even just like try to grab her with her hand, like tries to throw her entire body on this thing. Like dives, slides in the dirt like she's trying to hit a home run, like land on the base, and MC snatches the keys from under her. And she was like, really? MC's like, she don't even know what the keys are for. Why is she trying to get my keys? And I'm like, but she could piece it together because she saw Rizzo get her keys, but MC don't know that. Savannah knows that Rizzo has an idol. Of course, she don't get the keys, so now MC's gonna sit there, open, trying to lock, try another key, try another key, try another key. And Savannah's still there, lingering, like, you know, I do want to work with you. I do, you know, da-da-da. She's like talking to her, and MC's just like not listening. MC's just hearing like wah wah wah, like the peanuts, like wah 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 wah. And she's like, why is Savannah talking to me so much? Go away. And MC's like, yeah. Savannah does eventually leave. Leaves her be. And MC's able to open the thing and get her idol, finally. Now she has a vote. Because, you know, God forbid we have a vote in this game. Who needs them, right? Not like it's important. I know. This show. Oh my god. But yeah. They reconvene. All the groups are back together now. Now they're planning the vote. My apologies. So there's a lot of discussion. Sophie S obviously wants to get out Rizzo, but, you know, he has his idol. And they're like, he's probably going to play it on himself. He could go crazy and play it on Savannah. We don't know. And so Sophie and Christina are like, what if we do Nate? Now, Sage and especially Sage, but Joanna as well, have the correct idea of we should still go for Savannah. Because Savannah is truly like the head of this day. Like, I hate that expression, but you know. Like, she is the top of the pyramid. She got Sophie, she got Rizzo, she got Nate. And, listen. Sophie, obviously, Sophie B. I have to remember I've said both of them now. I'm so used to just saying one. The problem is they're spelled differently, so I'm like, that's different. But, which, by the way, I also forgot to mention, they decided that Sophie B is going to be Soph. Well, I think Sophie S decided that on her own. Because Sophie B was like, and I'm like, why didn't they just go by Sophie S and Sophie B? That's different enough. Or like yellow Sophie, blue Sophie. But like for the vote, they're not even spelled the same. You could write Sophie with an I. Well, I guess they don't know that. You can't ask somebody like, how do you spell your name, by the way, before we're going into tribal? But you could do Sophie S and Sophie B. They know each other's initials. That's how they go by each other in Ponderosa, by their initials. It's like J, like whatever, like they go by their initials. So they could be like Sophie B, Sophie S. They know the person's initials, and it's on their torch. It's all on their shit. Do that. No, Soph. I'm not calling her Soph. What is she, 12? No. She's Sophie B. Thank you. So, the Hyenas are leading towards getting out Nate. Sage and Joanna, like, especially Sage, is like, we need to go Savannah. And I agree, they should have done Savannah. I think Nate is still a good move, but the best move would have been Savannah. Because, while Nate obviously was in their, like, trio, it was kind of like Nate, Rizzo, Savannah. Like, that's, like, the duo here. Even though she has Sophie as well. Sophie, I think, is not as loyal to Savannah as Savannah would be to her. Maybe even, like, mutual, like they wouldn't be. Because Sophie still has Alex as well in her back pocket. Plus, she still is, like, she was said, like, listen, I'll cut them if I need to. And she has the knowledge of power. Knowledge is power. She's legally like, listen, I'm going to start drifting to this side if need be. But I think definitely should have gone Savannah because listen, she's smart. She's tough. I would get her ass out if I could. I'd be like, she's got to go. Get her out of here. But no, the hyenas are like, I think we should donate. What if he uses the idol? What if he doesn't? And what if he doesn't? Put in some work to keep Rizzo chill, and he won't play it. In fact, you don't even need to put in the work because he is chill, because he doesn't know Sage and Jawan are not on their side. So he's not going to play it because he doesn't think there's any danger. So Sage says this. She's like, we're not going to have many opportunities to get a shot at her. We need to take this shot now. And she was absolutely correct. Because this was the only time that they knew believed Sage and Jawan were still on their side. The moment this vote happened, and obviously, as you can see, they went with Nate instead of Savannah. Now they know, oh shoot, we don't have Sage and Jawan like we thought we did. They have outplayed us. They're on the other side. We are now on the bottom. And now they're not going to trust you as much because they know you're on the other side. You're not with us anymore. I think this was their big shot, and they kind of blew it. No offense. Like, it's not like they took a terrible shot. Like, it would have been worse if they took, like, Alex or something. Like, Alex or Sophie, like Sophie B. Nate is still, like, a good hit. But it could have been better. It's like, literally, it should have been, like, Savannah, Rizzo, Nate. I get not Rizzo, because he has the idol. But Savannah was right. So, like, literally, I'm like, why are they not doing Savannah? Savannah's like clearly like the smartest choice to do here. And they're like, Nate? Jawan was also still pitching Rizzo as well, even though he does have the idol. Because, like I said, he's already comfortable. And Jawan says, like, if Rizzo goes, we know he has an idol. Now there's an idol back out on the beach and we can get another idol. And I'm like, hey, smart, fair enough. Why not? And on the Uli side of things, they're thinking, we can't do Sophie anymore. And we know, because Savannah obviously saw MC get an idol, MC has an idol. So they're like, Christina or Steven? Steven's pretty strong. I think we need to do Steven. And John was like, yeah. We're not doing Steven. Joanna's going to be like, we're not doing Steven. We're doing you. So, they get to tribal council. First big tribal. Some people still have not been to tribal. Some people's first tribal council, which is crazy. Who was it? I think was it Sophie and Sophie asked Christina who had been in the tribal? I think had MC been in the tribal? Maybe MC as well. And there's a couple people who had not been in the tribal. Rizzo, everybody knows about it, so he don't keep it a secret. He's like, Jeff, this is my idol. This is my idol. I will be playing my idol tonight. Everybody, please look at my idol that I will be playing. Everybody knows I have it already. Why hide it? I have it literally right here. I'm going to play it. Now, I don't know if they had already decided on doing Nate, but if someone was doing like, I'm going to play my idol, they're not playing that shit. Be so serious. He's trying to be like, get the like, ooh, my idol, ooh. That was loud. Like, come on. If he's putting on that much of a show, he's not playing it. I was like, he's not gonna play that shit. I'm like, he's putting on too much of a spectacle to be like, look at my idol, guys. Like, he used to do fucking magic tricks. Like, listen, RIZGOD, Ritzka, baby. He's not playing that idol. I was trying to send that message to the screen, but obviously, they didn't listen. He's clearly trying to get them to be like, ooh, he's gonna use it, so we shouldn't vote for him. But, like, come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. This is crazy. And they do also talk about how, like, despite, like, 3 different tribe swaps, they're all still playing along the original tribe lines, which is, like, so much for the tribe swaps. Doesn't really, well, I guess it kind of did. Or did it? We'll see. Now, MC. MC, as you can see, I don't have the little icon for her idol because she plays it. I don't know why she played it. Maybe because people, I mean, I guess because people already knew. It's like Savannah knew. She's probably like, they all know about it. Might as well just use it. And I'm like, that's a move, but I still would have just kept it. If they know you have an idol, they're probably not gonna. They'll either try to con you to get you out, or just not vote you out. Clearly, it's working well for Rizzo. Nobody wants to vote him out because he has that idol in his fucking pocket. Not even in his pocket. He's waving it around. And some of them don't even know she has an idol. So MC plays the idol for no reason. She doesn't get a single vote on her. Wastes the idol. And then pisses people off, as we'll see in episode 8. And Nate goes home blindsiding the bottom row there, which, as you can see, I kind of set it up with the sides and then the middle people. Look at me go. So Nate, blindsided, gone. First juror. Bon voyage. And I will say this episode was actually really good. As much as I'm like blah blah blah, blabbing and whining and complaining, this actually was a really good episode. I was like, oh my god, something is happening. Something is going on here. Are we making moves? And I'm not giving Jeff credit that it was because he mentions 5 or 50. No, I think we're finally locking in. It kind of probably was that, but we're locking in, people. It's the merge. The $1 million is that much closer. Lock in. So we're making moves. We're crossing tribal lines. We're drawing blood with the big dogs. And Nate is cooked. So, obviously, rolling into episode 8 here. Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie are like, oh, what the fuck? They are, as you can guess, a little gobsmacked about what happened. They were not expecting Nate to go. I don't think Nate was expecting Nate to go. But, them's the roast. Them's the ropes. Girl, I can't talk. It's okay. It's like totally chill. I'm gonna get water. 1 second. Okay, we're hydrated. So, Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie all have Sophie B. I keep forgetting to say Sophie B. Sophie B. all have different kind of post-tribal things going on. Sophie talks to Steven. Sophie B. Oh my god. It says I have Sophie B written down, but I just keep saying Sophie. Sophie B. She talks to Steven. Her approach is kind of like I've already mentioned. She's like, oh, Steven, I did vote for you, but I'm not really like locked in with them. I'll cut them if I need to. And she means it. She's like, listen, I'll cut them. If that gets me further, I will cut them too. No problem. Rizzo is like, Nate leaving. That kind of gives me a little more room to move here. He's like, I could be a little more fluid in this game. He's cooking something up here. And he's like, maybe I could work with Sage and Jawan. Maybe we could do something. So Anna, opposite direction. She's like, I don't care about anybody but Rizzo and Sophie B. She's like, we are locking this shit in. We're locking in. Because I don't trust anybody else but them. And I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. After that, fair. I wouldn't trust them either if they were. You know what, girl? I get it. I really do. The others are like, we did it. They're popping. They're like, yeah. Now, it's like the next morning, still post-tribal. I don't know. I always name it like post-tribal, immunity challenge, post-challenge, pre-tribal. You know what I mean? In the morning light, the next day, idol hunting has begun because MC played her idol. Oh, that's another thing. Sage and Jawan, not happy with MC. They're like, why did she play her idol? We came up with a plan. She knew what the plan was, but she played her idol, so she doesn't trust us. Interesting. I thought she trusted us, but she doesn't because she played her idol for no reason. Even though we told her she was good. So the seeds have begun to be planted, and soon they shall sprout. Because as you can see, episode 8 there. Oh boy. But yeah, idol hunting. It's Alex. It's Christina. Who else is it? Forgot. Steven. Idol hunting because they're like, MC used her idol. We gotta get out there and hunt some idols. Gotta start looking around the woods, get some idols. That was so fucking bad. I'm really sorry. Christina finds an idol, and it's not a beware advantage. It's not you gotta solve 3 riddles with a troll under a bridge to get your idol and keep your vote. No, it's just it's an idol. You got it. She's like, wow, it's just a straight up idol. That is sad that they're like amazed that they found just a regular idol, and it's not you have to like cross the river Styx to get your to get it. They're like, wow, it's that's what it is. It's just an idol. The bar is in hell. But yeah, Christina now has an idol, and all she had to do was find it. Miracle, novel concept on Survivor. Oh my god. Ay, ay, ay. Well, we do have some more conversations about targeting with the new majority here. They are looking, now that they've got Nate out, now they're like, should we get Savannah? And I'm like, the fuck was last night? When did you get her then? You had a chance. But now they're like, we can get her. We got her. We're looking at her. And Sage isn't happy with Savannah. She's kind of talking down to me. I don't like it. Da da da. Which, that sucks. I don't know. I'm not there. I don't know. I don't know how this. That is rough though. You can tell like people are like, when people aren't vibing with you, you're like, damn, okay. Which Savannah is feeling as well, pretty heavily. Obviously, she's gone from the top of the world very quickly, literally not even overnight. Within like a span of 10 minutes, she's gone from the top to the bottom. And she is, feeling it hard. She does get very emotional this episode. This is she opens up to Steven, but also to the cameras, confessionals as well, about a prior experience she had at a workplace. I believe she's over a course of 2 years, where she joined in a new team. It was her. I think she said it was part of her reporting job, where nobody in that team liked her. They were they thought she took somebody's job, so they just wouldn't speak to her for 2 years, or they would just talk shit about her. They would only talk to her on camera, and then once the camera's off, they were like, we don't know you, and they would just talk shit about her behind, very blatantly, a few feet. I'm like, that is so shit. What are we, 12? Sometimes it's crazy to me that adults are like that, and I'm like, this is not middle school, right? She didn't do nothing. She's just there. Why can't we be normal? It's not like she she smashed my car windows in and stole my dog. She just had a job, and they're like, wow, who? And that's crazy. That's so shitty. I feel like I'm mad at making a joke of it, but that sucks. As somebody who, could you believe it? With my shocking normal interests and regular personality, has been excluded and left out and made fun of in many group situations. Can you believe it? I can relate. Shocker. But it does suck. I'm on a real talk. It sucks. It's really shitty. And I mean, at least mine was more so when I was younger. So I could just go home and be whatever. And at a certain point, I gave up. Mine was years of my a lot of my life. And I'm at one point, you're whatever. I'm gonna get out of school and I'm not gonna give a shit about any of these people. Hers was, as a grown adult at the job she has to go to make money to live, and to the point she said she was so stressed it fully has affected her body. She didn't get a period anymore. She can't naturally have kids anymore. I mean, I know stress will wreck people. Don't realize how much stress can mess you up. It will wreck your body crazy. I mean, look, anxiety queen over here. I am the human embodiment of stress. I sleep terrible. I have permanent eye bags under my eyes, if you could tell. Dark circles beyond belief. I am your whole body tenses up. Like, you don't ever feel like, I don't know. Every stress affects everybody's bodies differently. Hers, unfortunately, affected her. Like, I can't imagine like being so stressed. Like, people are so terrible to you that your body physically like shuts down, or you can't even have a kid anymore. Like, that is so horrible. Like, I can't even like begin. And it is awful. Like, it is truly terrible. And those people are embarrassed now watching her on TV. They're probably like, oh, and I'm like, I hope you feel embarrassed. Oh, yeah. If you're with the people from Savannah's place, be embarrassed, bitch. You're grown adults. Act like it. Rant over. I'm sorry. I had to be mad. Like, what are we doing? What are you, 12? What are you playing, Roblox? And you're like, shut up. Grow up. It's fine. What's up? It's the immunity challenge. Hard pivot to the immunity challenge. It's the merge, guys, right? We're merged. We're all together. We're gonna do this individual immunity challenge, right? Right, guys? Individual immunity? No, we're doing the split tribal. Split tribal. The only plus here is that they're not doing 2 tribals, it's just 1. But you're still split from the other group. Why? It's the merge. We're merged. What does merge mean? Together. One thing. This is not merge. This is not being merged. This is merge. This merge. Not merge. Split tribal. So they're split up into 2 groups. And it's not even like a group challenge, mind you. It's not like the last one, which was like the boulder competition that you have to roll the. It's literally one of the endurance competition. Like the endurance, like you have to just hang on the wall and like your feet are on the toe grips. Like they're like this, hang up on the wall, toe grips. You move down your toes to the smaller grips every few minutes. Why this doesn't need to be a group thing? Just do it. It's not a group challenge. But they're in 2 groups. The last group standing gets the reward, and it is immune from tribal. And then the one person from that group who's on there the longest gets an advantage. Cool. Why? Why? Jeff Probst, when I catch you. This is not the merge. This is not what merge is. Merge means together. This didn't need to be a group activity. Just saying. This doesn't need to be a group thing. Just fucking do the challenge. So they're splitting into 2 groups. The reward, by the way, they get a reward. It's food. It's DIY deli sandwiches with a dessert of chocolate chip cookies. Now let me tell you something. Sandwiches and cookies. They don't even give them. You couldn't give them chips. What? No chips. You got sandwiches, no chips. What the fuck? You cheaped out on the potato chip? Is it like how you cheaped out on the fucking grilled cheese sandwiches that had like 1 slice of cheese and the bread this thin? If I got a sandwich with no chips, we'll have a problem. I'm like, where are my chips at? It'll be a good mix of chips. It better not be like the stupid, shitty, cheap chips. I want good stuff. But DIY deli sandwiches and some chocolate chip cookies. Wow. Feast of Kings. So they get into their groups. Once again, yellow and blue. The only colors that exist on the beach. So, the yellow group is Sage, Jawan, Rizzo, MC, and Sophie S. Blue group is Steven, Christina, Sophie B, Alex, and Savannah. As determined by Rockstraw. Now, they just hang. They're hanging there. They did have just like a crazy ass montage that kind of was like, this kind of was, honestly, I had to give them props for it because I thought it was kind of cool. But they're all like, the sort of camera work on top of like the slow-mo like action shots. And it's like the cuts in and out of them hanging on the wall. Within the background, Sophie S like mumbling like Hail Mary to herself as she's like hanging on the wall. And I'm like, why did this go hard actually? This is kind of like hard as I said it. They ate with that. But they all start dropping, It's until we have the final 2 on the wall. For the blue group, it's Savannah. For the yellow group, it's Sophie S. And the moment I saw these two, and they showed the shot to them, I was like, so Savannah's winning. Because Savannah, let me tell you something, is standing there like, literally is like posed up. Like, she has her perfectly, and her whole body is like, she's literally like posed. Still. Sophie S. is, her whole body is like shaking the entire, and then she'll like lock back in and be fine, and she starts shaking again. And I'm like, at the moment, it was them two, and I saw Sophie shaking, I'm like, it's over. I'm like, I don't think Sophie has as much time left. I think Savannah's got this. Because Savannah was locked. Wasn't even practically sweating. They were up there for 23 minutes at least. That was the last time call we got before the end of the challenge. Savannah. Literally, like, diva posing, like, cool as a cucumber. Poor Sophie's shaking. And as I expected, Sophie S. drops. And Savannah wins. Wins for the whole tribe. She's crying. She's so emotional. Her tribe, I say. Her group. So the blue team is safe, which means the yellow group, again, Sage, Jawan, Rizzo, MC, and Sophie are heading to tribal. Now, if you look at this team, at first you're like, oh, bad news bears for Rizzo. Then you're like, oh, wait, he has an idol. Okay, bad news bears for Sophie. Which, on the group of people, on the reward, are literally like, well, it's gonna be Sophie. Now, clearly, it's gonna be Sophie. She got, like, Rizzo's gonna play his idol. And then Sophie was first place for immunity last time, and then she got second place this time. She's pretty much a challenge threat, so they're just gonna get rid of Sophie. Even like Christina and Steven are like, yeah, it's gonna be Sophie. But that'd be easy. That'd be too easy. Now, obviously, the yellow group is hanging out pre-tribal. I think it's on the Uli Beach. They had to figure out what the fuck to do, because there's 5 people now. And they're like, well, the obvious target is clearly Rizzo, especially because Sage and Jawan of all people were there, and they just flipped on their original Uli tribe, and Rizzo's like, I do have my idol. And they're like, well, Rizzo has an idol. So they're planning, this is such a clusterfuck. Their plan, as created by Sophie, is to tell Rizzo, it's not going to be you, it's going to be Sophie, because, hello, she just did really well in the challenges, we'll get her out. But Sophie has a secret other plan that she tells MC, where she's going to be like, listen, if Rizzo plays his idol, he is the only vote. He cancels out all of our votes if we pile on him. So if I cast a vote on Jawan, it'll tie it for me and Jawan, and then we could vote out Jawan. MC, not feeling that. I mean, she doesn't tell it to Sophie's face, but she's not feeling it. And who does she tell? Jawan. Who's not happy. Who does Jawan tell? Sage. And then who does Sage tell? Sophie. And Sophie's like, why would MC say all that? So now Sophie and MC are looking at each other like, what the fuck? They literally were just like, what if we just shoot ourselves in the foot? What if we take this simple vote and just blow our feet off? I mean, I get Sophie. Like, she doesn't want to go home, so she's gonna try something, but like, let's read the room. Just catch the vibe here. If you think, MC's pretty close to Juwan, I should tell him I'm gonna vote out Juwan. Big mistake. She should just said Sage or something. But like, why don't you put Sage? Like, Juwan would be like, damn, but Lemon, like, it's better. I don't know. Like, it's a whole clusterfuck, and now, like, Sophie's so pissed at MC. Like, I was watching this, I'm like, why? What is wrong with these people? And now they're looking at each other like, damn, should we get on? Now like, should we get on Sophie? Should we? I'm like, oh my god. We're losing the plot. Like, there's a very clear answer. Just try for Rizzo. Make him comfy, and then vote him out. He clearly bluffed last time. Save a bluff this time. I think he would have been smarter and probably played it. Well. Now. Their night gets worse. Well, Sophie does also have to go do damage control with Juwan now, because now Juwan knows that she's trying to get him out. Hot mess. But they have a visitor. Remember Savannah's advantage? She shows up with the immunity idol necklace now. Because her advantage is that she gets to join them on the beach and join them at the tribal council. She's still immune, but she does get a vote now. What they don't know, well, Rizzo does because she tells him. But what the rest don't know is that she doesn't have to vote. She can keep her vote and save it for another time. Great. And now, this is the thing. Savannah shows up. She's like, I get to vote. And for some reason, this spooks them all. They're like, oh my god, Savannah's here. What are we gonna do? And I'm like, listen. I get that's one more vote. But they would have still had the majority over the other, you know what I mean? Like, Sophie, MC, Sage, that, and Rizzo, and that's 4-2. Obviously, I know one is immune, one has an idol. Well, the worst thing that could have happened was that Rizzo would have played his idol. But that could have happened with Savannah there or not. And what would happen next? Just one extra vote on somebody instead of one vote, it'd be 2 votes. Hell, it even might have been just 1 vote. Because Savannah probably didn't even use it. And spoiler alert, she does not use it. So I think they could have still taken the shot on Rizzo. Like, fuck it. Why not? They're spooked. They're so spooked by, like, Savannah being there. They're like, oh my god. No. And Rizzo was talking to Savannah. He's like, I'm not planning to use my idol. It might be crazy, but I'm not going to use it. And I'm like, I'm like, oh, he is crazy. He's deranged. What the fuck? Until the others start yapping. And I'm like, oh no. They're gonna let this man get by with a whole idol. Still in luck, aren't they? Oh boy, did they. This is so baffling to me. Now, at least Sage has, like, a reason to be spooked by Savannah. She's like, there's no way that her advantage is just she gets to show up here and get a vote. Sage is like, there's gotta be something more to this. I mean, and she is correct, but she don't know that. It's just, she doesn't have to vote. She gets to keep a vote if she wants to. And, as I said earlier, Savannah is talking to Rizzo about Sophie S. And how everybody at the merch is like, oh, it's gonna be Sophie. Oh, it's gonna be Sophie. They're definitely gonna get Sophie. She's such a strong competitor. And they're like, so if everybody wants Sophie out, why are we gonna get Sophie out? They could get Sophie out. Why don't we get MC out? MC's a pretty good competitor. MC's very strong. MC's a great player. Let's get MC out. And they start the push for MC to go over Sophie. And I'm like, damn, they're good, man. They're good. Because for them, it makes sense. Like, fuck it, why not? Because it's good. Because, honestly, it's good for them. It's so bad for Sage and Juwan for MC to go over Sophie. Because, and they already have the groundworks to do it. Because Sage and Juwan are wary a bit of MC for playing her idol when she didn't need to. And blowing their trust with her. Now, obviously Rizzo and Savannah, nobody's gonna be like, I can't believe Rizzo and Savannah voted at MC, because they have no allegiance to MC. MC just blindsided them and got out in 8. But you know who does have allegiance allegedly to MC and to MC? Sage and Jawan. So them coming back to the rest of the tribe with no MC, you know who's not gonna be happy about that one? Christina, Steven, and Alex, who thought, you're on our side. So why is MC gone? At least Sophie S would have been a little understandable in their brain, because like, you know what? She's such a strong competitor, and Rizzo has his idol. Obviously he was gonna play it, so I guess Sophie makes sense, because she's very, she's won immunity and almost won the second one. And they're gonna go back with no MC, and Rizzo still has that goddamn idol. They're gonna be, so this is terrible, in my opinion at least, for Sage and Jawan. Great for Rizzo and Savannah, because now they're splintering the majority that's there. They have taken it and fractured it apart. I don't even think they'll be as upset with Sophie S, because they're gonna know it's like, because Sophie says that at Tribal, she's like, it's either MC or me. And they're not gonna be like, well, I can't believe you didn't want to get voted out. Like, they're not gonna be. I don't know. We don't know for sure. Obviously, episode 9 is not out yet. But I just feel like they're not gonna be, beachy with them. They're not gonna be like, oh my god, wow, you got rid of MC and Rizzo has idol. Oh boy, that's so good. That's great. That's because if they before Tribal, they've shattered the trust between Sophie and MC, because they know they rat on each other. Hot mess. But as you could see, MC is, as we've already yapped, MC is voted out. Also, I just have to say, just have to bring this up. This is not related to any kind of vote or anything. As we all know, Survivor, for the jury gets to sit there at Tribal Council on a little bench by themselves. Why did Nate shave his entire facial hair off? Put it back. He came out, I was like, who is that? He looks so different. I'm like, put it back. It was like a jump scare. I was like, who are you? Because he has the hat. Is his face is people, when people have a big beard and they shave it off, you're like, who are you? Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Grow it back. Don't shave it again. I get 2 weeks no shave, you're just get it all off. I'd be like, save a little bit. Too much. I just say that because I was like, oh, what happened? Where'd it go? So, MC is voted out. Rizzo does not play his idol. And we had a live Tribal that we don't even know what they said. This pissed me off. Jeff is about to be like, all right, everybody, time to vote. And MC gets up, pulls Joanne off the side to talk. And they all start whispering. They don't subtitle 99% of shit. What the fuck were they talking about? I want to know. They're probably, they better show some of it in the next episode. But listen, how dare you? I want to know what they're saying. Tell me. I want to know. Annoying. So we don't know what the fuck they said. But they were running around, whispering this, whispering that. Hold on, I brought down the votes. It was 4-1. 4-1 MC. Savannah does not use her vote. She keeps it. Now, what I am curious about is if any of the others, Sophia, Sage, or Jawan, are going to clock that Savannah did not vote. Because when Jeff is reading out the votes, obviously, when MC is voted out, he's like, MC, you're the second juror. MC, that don't need to read them. That's enough. You're out. He reads this on the 4th vote. At that point, that was her 3rd vote. 1 vote for Sophie S. I guess I could just say Sophie, because the other Sophie's not there. Now, if you know how to count like I do, 3 is not the majority of 6. That's a tie. But MC is called as voted out at 3, which is the majority at 5. So if somebody can do math there and be like, wait a minute, that's not the right number. I'd be sitting there like, so how was MC the majority vote. We called it after on the 4th vote when there should be 6 votes, and they should have called, if it was a thing, like, a clean sweep on the 4th vote because that's the majority of 6. But they called it a 3, which would be a tie, and you wouldn't call it then for 6. Which should get some gears turning and be like, somebody didn't vote. And now, obviously, they wouldn't be able to know for sure. But I would think, the person who just showed up with an advantage and says, I get to sit here and vote with y'all, maybe she lied. Maybe she was hiding something about her advantage. That would get the gears turning for me. So hopefully one of them will clock that, because I think that'll be interesting. They'll be like, Savannah's got something. Because she didn't vote. And boy, yeah, I should have put a thing for her extra vote. Maybe I'll do that for the next time as well. So now, of this bottom trio, they've got an idol, an extra vote, and then unknowingly to the other 2, a knowledge is power, which may or may not be used against them. Who knows? I still think this is a great vote, great tribal for them too. Terrible tribal for Sage and Jawan. Fine for Sophie because she didn't go home. She didn't go to jury. Excuse me. Like I've already mentioned, I really am curious to see what the repercussions are going to be when they all get back. Especially, like, for Sage and Jawan. The other 2 are not going to be happy. Christina is definitely not going to be happy. Steven has the alliance with them, so he may be a little more flexible. Alex might also not be happy with them. And then that's kind of blowing your shit up. Sophie, I don't know. Maybe she's not going to be too perky with them because they almost voted her out. And then Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie are like, we're about to run this shit again because we just blew all that shit up. And honestly, good for them. They said, we're on the minority for one night and one night only. And then never again. We're going right back to the top. You know what? Good for them. Now, I also hope that we actually have a real, regular immunity challenge. No more split tribals. No more group challenges. This is the merge. If I see one more group challenge, I'm going to lose my mind. I swear to God, Jeff Probst, it better be a regular immunity challenge. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay? It better be. Now, that's the recaps here. I think going into the next episode, I think Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie are actually kind of in a good place right now, because I think the others are now gonna start looking at each other. Sage and Jawan might still be looking at Savannah and them, but I think they're starting to lose the Hinas. The Hinas are starting to dwindle on them, especially because now Jawan knows Sophie was trying to get me out. And Christina and Steven and Alex, who knows what they're going to feel about all this with MC being gone. So we might get a shake-up here. We might get Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie B laughing all the way to the bank while the others just eat each other. And good for them. Good for them. Because, they're just racking shit. They're just letting them go. I cannot believe that they didn't even try to get Rizzo's idol to be used. Like, flush it. Like, they didn't even try to, at least get him to flush it. Like, make him feel sus and, still vote out MC and, at least, I feel like it'd be one thing if they got MC out and were able to, flush the idol. But he still has it, dude. That sucks for them. That is so bad. They're cooked. They're in danger. This is not good for them. This really is not. Oh boy. This is bad. This is blurry bad news bears. Oh my God. I think it didn't like me getting my whole finger. Yeah, it didn't like me being all up in the camera. My bad. I had to rant to Jeff Probst. Apologies. Let me see if I could correct this for the end here. One moment, please. Okay, we're clean and clear. So, that's all I got for 7 and 8. Oh, sorry, 49. Hopefully, like I've already said, the tribes can actually be together. The tribe... See, now they have me saying tribes as if they're unmerged. They are merged. They are one tribe, Lawatu. Lawatu, I don't know. I unfortunately don't speak Fijian. But I'm hoping we get a little bit of mess. Now that they've gotten rid of MC. Still a dumb move for Sage and Joanne. Great for Rizzo and Savannah. Obviously fine for Sophie. She's still there. I don't know what's going to happen next with the people. Who knows? Honestly, I think Sophie B, Savannah, and Rizzo are going to be in a pretty good spot now. I could definitely see them making a much more deeper run now that they have started to plant the seeds of distrust amongst the new majority. Damn. Imagine that majority for a day and you're already fucking it up. You've already blown it. You have one shot and you throw it in the garbage. But yeah, that is all for today. Obviously, as always, we're behind the schedule. We're catching up, I swear. We're gonna one day. Amazing Race video for episode 7 and 8 arc is coming out. I swear to God. I promise. I'm not lying. It is coming tomorrow. I already have the notes. They're on the floor. I forgot. I was going to hold it up. But imagine this, but it says Survivor 40. It says The Amazing Race 38. That's coming. And then Friday. Actually, not Friday this week. Because I forgot. I'm going to see Wicked on Friday. So, Survivor 49, episode 9. I am debating. I'm debating if I should do it Thursday night or Saturday. I may do it Thursday. We'll see. We'll see. I'm deciding. So I look forward to that either Thursday night or Saturday. Also, I might. We'll see how it goes. I might do a video on Wicked for Good. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe Saturday. That would be Saturday, though. Obviously, I have to see it Friday night. So that would be Saturday. And then Sunday, back on our regularly scheduled programming again. The Amazing Race, episode 9, reaction, coverage. And they'll be back on track. Guts and Glory is over, but I am going to do a video. I may post it next week on, things that happened that could be better. Let's revamp it. It's my, I just constantly hit this thing. It's crazy how much I hit this mic. My bad. It's the Let's Revamp Guts and Glory video. And that will be, if not, next Saturday is Thanksgiving. So we'll see how Thanksgiving affects it. Actually, maybe I'll do it for, we'll see. So that will be coming out within the next week or two. So that is all I got for today. Let me know your thoughts on the episodes below. Do you think it was the right move to get out Nate over Savannah? Do you think they also made the right move getting out MC over Sophie? Are you also sick of the split tribal shit? Are you glad there's no mergatory? Let me know. Let me know all of your thoughts below. What do you think is going to happen next week? If you spoil this season, I will kick your ass. Leave a like if you like. And if you choose to, feel free to subscribe. No pressure. And that is all I have for tonight. Thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, thank you. Thank you. That's all I got for today. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.